Super random video for me, but I'm going to show you guys how to cook quinoa. A lot of you are wanting to cook it the same way that you do rice, but that's not the right way. Okay, I have washed the quinoa. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to melt some butter. Usually I'm doing 2 cups of quinoa this time. So for each cup of quinoa, I'm going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. So since I'm using 2 cups of quinoa, I'm going to melt down 4 tablespoons of butter. Okay, now that the butter is melted, I am going to pour the quinoa in here and we're going to toast it. We're going to toast it until it's nice and golden brown. I'm also going to add a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Let's see, we'll do the pour spout here so you guys can see maybe about how much I'll put. I don't know, maybe a tablespoon? I don't know. As you can see, it's starting to get really nice and toasty. It has a really good smell. It smells almost, I don't know, like buttered popcorn, somewhat. Okay, that took me exactly 10 minutes to toast all this. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. This is very important. It sounds super trivial, but the same cup that I use to measure my quinoa, I'm going to put water in, and I'm gonna use that same cup to put in the water. I'm gonna measure the water to put in the quinoa. Yes, this is a dry measuring cup, but I'm using it and you need to do the same thing. So I use 2 cups of quinoa. There's going to go 2 cups of water. There's 1 and 2. All right, let's give it one good mix here. Make sure all the quinoa is scraped off the sides. Now, what we're gonna do is we're going to cover it and let it simmer until all the water is gone off the bottom. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes because for 1 cup of quinoa, that's usually how long it takes, is 15 minutes for the water to be gone. But now we have 2 cups of quinoa, we'll see if it takes the same amount of time. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so we're going to check and see. All right, so we're gonna check and see if there's any water left at the bottom here. I know it's hard to see because of your foggy screen. You can see all the water is gone. Okay, we're going to shut this off and let me finish scraping all this off the side. We're going to shut this off, completely off, put the lid back on, and we're going to let it simmer for another 10 minutes with the heat off. Let me set my kitchen timer for 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'll come back outside for a walk. It's been 10 minutes. This is what it looks like. Nice and fluffy. Sorry guys, I do it at an angle so you can see and the steam doesn't keep fogging up the lens, but here you go. Here is nice fluffy quinoa. You can see there's no water at the bottom. It's not too soggy. Nice and pretty. Your quinoa is finished, but if you want to take it a step further, which is what I'm going to do, again, your quinoa is already finished. If you want to stop there, you can, but I'm going to make some lemon, add some lemon to it, cut that in half. I've already rolled it. If you guys don't do it, I roll the lemon on the countertop to make it softer. So just squeeze this lemon juice in here. I'm going to do the juice of 2 lemons, and then I'm also going to add some zest on the top of the quinoa. Had it last week with salmon and it's delicious. Plan on having that same meal again tonight. Salmon with quinoa and I think with some spinach. Last week it was asparagus, but whew, asparagus is expensive. Okay, let's get some more. This thing is so handy because it gets all the pulp, it gets the seeds out. You don't get any of the seeds in there. But I will probably add some pulp though, just because I really like the lemon flavor. But the zest over the top does really good. Okay. Let's give that a good mix before we do some zest. Yummy. All right. By the way, I did scrub these lemons with a potato scrubber, so it is all good that I'm doing this zest. It's not just gross lemons that I picked up from the store and decided to do this. There you have it. You will get perfectly cooked quinoa every single time if you do it that way. You don't have to do 2 cups. The reason I did 2 cups of quinoa was because it's for meal prep. But if so, just do 1 cup. But just remember, if you do 1 cup of quinoa, do only 1 cup of water in that same exact cup that you used.